Oh boy, the Ripper. Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to the Darts Review channel. In this video I'm reviewing a new dart from the new Shot Gnarly range, and these are the Ripper. Let's check them out. I'm reviewing the 24g version, the 90% tungsten. They're available in 23, 24, 26, 28 and 30 grams in steel tip, 20 gram in soft tip, and the retail for £89.95. So as usual, it comes in the cardboard packaging, and you've got a very spiky looking bit of artwork on the box there. Don't know what they're meant to be. Look like medieval maces or something, even worse. And inside you've got the foam inlay holding everything in place, and the darts are fitted with the koi carbon tweeny stems. And just get back into focus, and you've got these Ripper flights which has got that same artwork on. Quite a nice bit of artwork. But there's the barrels, and they do look grippy, and they are. So the dart's fitted with a black coated point, and it's a front weighted style barrel. You've got a tapered nose and then a kind of a parallel section, and then it almost looks like it's slightly curving into a parallel section there. So quite an interesting shape, but as you can see, there's a lot of grip on there. You've got a mix of ring and groove, kind of V-shaped cuts, triple rings, really deep square cut grooves, and then kind of like angular, well, yeah, I would say like angular rings and more lateral cuts. So grippiness pretty much the full length there. I think the only bit where you've got a little bit of respite is that taper on the end, so if it's too much for you, you'll have to hold your barrel there. But no, seriously, let's have a look at this grip. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's off the scale grippy, but it is definitely grippy, and it will depend on how much pressure you put on. If you hold your darts too tight, then you're not going to be able to release it, so you only should be holding it light anyway. So every time when you hold the dart lightly, it doesn't really feel that grippy when you're holding it light, but as soon as you put a little bit of pressure on, you really feel that biting into your skin. So it's definitely a grippy barrel, high level grip. I'm not sure if it's a 10 out of 10, but we'll see what it feels like when I come to throw it. But it feels like a good positive grip, so probably a very good one for front grippers who like grippy darts, but I think there's something there for rear grippers as well. So there you go. And there's the koi carbon stems and the rather colourful standard shape 100 micron flights, small standard. So you've got a tapered nose there with this kind of like angled ring grip and fairly wide deep grooves and lateral cuts, so even that part is quite grippy. And then the main section of this quite widely spaced double thin ring grip, but it's got these wide sections in between with the kind of very fine knife edge grip, and once again got lateral cuts, just adding that little bit extra grippiness, but all neatly done there. And as you move to the rear part, obviously the barrel starts tapering, and it kind of mirrors the grip that's on the nose. Very thin, slightly angled ring and groove, again with lateral cuts, and then you've got some double rings together interspersed with single rings, and then just a very small smooth part on the end of the barrel. So there you go, that's the super close look at the Shot Gnarly Ripper darts. The darts are fitted with a black coated 28mm point. There's a tapered nose, and the very front is 2.8mm, and then the next part is 6mm made of angular thin rings with lateral cuts, and then you've got a straight section made of double thin rings and wide gaps in between with very fine knife edge rings and lateral cuts again, 17mm for that. A tapered section that mirrors the front part, but this time a little bit longer, 7.2mm, and then another straight section made of double rings and single angular rings, that's 15mm, small smooth taper on the end of 2mm, length 50mm, wide is 7.6mm. 24.08 grams. 24.10 grams and 24.08 grams. Full setup 25.96 grams. Here's the balance with nothing attached and with the supplied setup, and this is the balance with medium in between short nylon stems and standard flights. So it's certainly a high level grip dart. I've given it 9 for the front section and 8 for the rear section. Let's give them a throw and see how they go. Oh, it was close, that last one. Actually flew fairly smooth there. I thought I'd be getting a little bit of, I don't know, spiraling or fishtailing and what have you because of the grippiness. Definitely a grippy barrel though. It's definitely high level. I'm not sure I'd say it's a 10 out of 10, but it's probably a strong 9. But I think most of the grippiness is coming from the width of the rings. Oh, them two went really nice. I think, like it is with a lot of things, it depends on how you hold the dart and also how much pressure you put on, but you're not really meant to put too much pressure on, but maybe some people put more on than others without realising it. So as I'm holding it, I'm just feeling like little bits of the edges, but I'm not really feeling anything digging or sticking into my skin. So just when I'm holding it, it doesn't really feel as grippy as when you're pushing it, and that is often the case with a lot of the darts. But sometimes you'll get to the point of your release and you'll feel it kind of like sticking, and that's when you know that it might be too grippy or maybe not enough grip if you like plenty of grip. But these are actually flying through the air rather nice, and the grip has got a nice positive feel about it, so definitely got something to push against. I think maybe as well, if you're the kind of player that rests along it, you'd probably be okay, but if you've got your like tip of your thumb on it, you may find the gaps a little bit wide and you might catch the edges of them rings, but I'm not doing too bad with it at the moment, so but what I do like is it's definitely got something there for it to push against, a nice good strong feel about it, so that's what I like myself. And also with it being front weighted, it's nicely balanced. But yeah, flies quite nice with the front grip. So it's still definitely one for people who like a grippy dart though. Just for the sake of trying it though, I'll try the mid part, and I'm kind of like half on the parallel and on the bit where it starts to taper there, so see how that goes. I actually didn't fly too bad, that. And I think the reason why is because even though I'm like on the 2 sections of grip there, I think the angle of that is also acting like something to push against. But the balance there wasn't too bad. I'll give it one more try in case that was a fluke. But no, it's actually flying alright there, but I don't know. It may well work for mid grippers, but it might be one a case of them one darts that you've just got to try it, but that is always the problem, isn't it, unless you've got a shop where you can try them. So for the race section, it's just slightly different again, so it goes more parallel and slimmer. I spun off a little bit, that one. Yeah, kind of like going a bit fishtaily there. Let's have another try. A bit less grippy there, like. A little bit better. Quite getting the hang of it there. One more try. And it went a bit smoother. Yeah, got a treble. And I think I've done my shoulder as well now. Oh, it's clicking. I nearly got another one there, but yeah, I think it will work for rear grippers if you're into your front weighted style, but not as grippy there as it is on the front. The front section is definitely the grippiest part, but like I say, if you like a grippy dart, then it's definitely worth trying, whether you're a front, mid or rear gripper. But I think mid grippers, it could be a bit half and half. It may be fine for some and not for others, but it's one of them darts that is a little bit slightly strange, so unless you can get a chance to try them, I wouldn't definitely say it's for mid grippers, but it could well work for you. But front grippers definitely, rear grippers quite probably as well. So if you're into your grippy front weight barrels, then it's a nice one. So there you go. I'll leave you with the gallery so you can have a better look at them, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy darting.